Right. So, it's early. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Had a dream, or was it a nightmare, or was it a premonition? I could almost strike out that it was a premonition. It was horrible. Now, before, if I'd have had a dream like this, I would have woke up crying. I almost started to, right? But no, I was upset, but there was no tears in my eyes. So I was like, oh, okay, that's different. Beans. I started thinking about it, and I was like, why do I always have these dreams, like, about this particular individual of this nature? It is not a reoccurring dream, but is a theme. It's interesting. I don't really want to discuss the context. We're just gonna do a reading. Hey, honey. Ah, you're up early. I'm just like, Time to get up and make donuts, right? Right. In brighter news, I made an apple pie. Shit was good. And I almost wonder if it was, for the reason I had off dreams. You know, sometimes food combinations can mess with you. But anyway, it's fine. I'm up. And I said, what better way? Wow. I seen that number all day. All day. I saw 1331 all day too. I looked that one up. I didn't look up 333 again. I looked at it before, but you know, sometimes you do shit. I'm sorry. I can imagine all that pressure sitting on you. That little guy's trying to make his entry. Good day. It is early for us, but you know, I guess I slept as much as I needed to. So angels, ancestors, and guides, my higher self. Hi. Let's do some readings. Put some information out, which y'all got. It was there. Yep. Now, don't mind me. I got a new cat. I do have cat allergies, so I am a glutton for punishment in some way, but I take medicine. Because it is not the only thing I'm allergic to. So, I don't see why I should not have a cuddly companion because of some bullshit. Of course, they think it's the environment, not the animal, but whatever. Meaning, the area I live, not where I live. I like where I live. The region. One day, I'm going to move back to a warmer climate. When I think about that shit on why I came back, I'm like, dumbass. Now I'm here. Apparently, I had some shit to do here. Anyway. I've been in a really... I got a potty mouth. Let's just put it that way. My mouth has been off the chain. Just not reckless. Just remove the filter. I got a case of the fuckets. And it's not because I don't care, but I do, actually. Only time I open my mouth is when I actually give a whole fuck. So look out, because she's awake. Like, I went inside of an hour, the news was like, they got COVID. I was like, And then my dad looked at me, he was like, you did that. I was like, I could not have. I am nowhere near the governor. He just looks at me. I'm like, what? I mean, I really tore him a new one. I really did. I was in that living room flipping out about how they were handling things, restrictions, funds, everything. I was just like, fucking tirade. Fucking soapbox. I was in the pulpit. And now all of a sudden they've passed half the stimulus money that we got before, which is fucking unacceptable. Unacceptable by far and large. I speak to 340 fucking Americans when I say unacceptable. It's not enough. And better than nothing, I'm done with that. My voting strategy for this past election should tell everybody I am not about choosing between two fucking evils. I will put who I think deserves to be there. Give a shit. I gotta sleep at night. I gotta look in the mirror. Give a fuck about the morons you give me to choose from. Are you nuts? Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't care how he looked. I just thought it was funny. Because the man was so over the top precautious. I mean, he was like overly precautious. And so he's surprised. He's like, I don't know how I got it. Because he really was over the top with it, right? That being said, Governor, they spray us with shit. Chemtrails. You want to know how you got COVID? Look up. They're spraying you. Just saying. And all they're doing is giving us our own fucking money. Light witch, be the light, exactly. That's all they're doing is giving us our own money back. You do realize that, right? $600. You done paid taxes and this, that, and the third. And if you didn't, somebody you related to paid enough for you. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. I know. They're like, calm down, child. Trust and thrive. Exactly. You know, I will say that. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate that. That through the whole process, most folks have been making it. Trusting and thriving through this crisis, by far and large. Yes, that is true. And if you've ever spent any amount of time pondering the term or the phrase, order out of chaos, that's what this is, by the way. This whole 2020 bullshit, it is order out of chaos. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the shit mean. You've had a whole fucking year to experience it. Just saying. Government give y'all money for the shutdowns, or y'all back up and running? We don't get Australian news unless I go search on the internet for it. So I have not. That's why I'm asking you directly. Have y'all pumped out stimulus money into your economy for the shutdowns that y'all have experienced? And I think it's the southeast of the UK. They had a new strand pop out over there. I found out today. But apparently the vaccine that they got will cover the variant strand. I'm like, well, how'd you do that? Yep. I do like winter, but this is a reason why I don't like winter. I'm not built for the cold. One for the White Witch. Right. I am. I get it. I know. I know. Let me calm down before YouTube act up. Broken arrow. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Oh, boy. Do I really have to go into that? Like, I don't. Do I really? Yeah. Fine. And now my mouth won't open. Oh, I know. I just got that message, Mel. Let's thank you for confirming that. I just got that message. I did. I got that. Got that message. I did. I got that. That's so funny. You can't keep a good dog down. No, 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 no. I know they're listening right now to try to mess with my monetization of these videos. Every time I say some crap they don't like, they come playing around. Subscriptions start playing. Like, how can they justify not giving everybody the same denomination, no matter if you're on disability or if you're a senior citizen? That makes no logical sense. Everyone here, for stimulus money at least, gets the same denomination, no matter if you work or not. Like, that's just the way they've been doing it. It don't really matter. They just gonna print more money. Ain't like the crap matter. It don't mean nothing. I'm about to be a treasure hunter as a hobby, not a profession. I'm just saying, because really, at least there's gold in them hills. I was watching Expedition Unknown, this archaeology adventure show. That's like my first love. I love history. I really do. That's my on in some, you know, sand or some shit, sifting through, finding little bits and pieces of history. Like, that's just amazing to me. And then the jigsaw puzzle of reconstructing a piece of pottery. Like, I just think that's amazing. But my mind is built very particularly, so I would think that's amazing. I don't know. That's Mel, that truly is unacceptable. Like, truly unacceptable. Like that, I'm really, wow. Wow. Okay, America, I guess you got one leg up. At least you not being that level of bias like the Australians. That's terrible. Like, really. Y'all should do something about that. I'm not saying you because of your situation. I'm just saying y'all in terms of, y'all do come from like Brits and English and same difference, right? Irish and them some rowdy folk. Y'all might want to pull in ancestral energy and remind y'all government why it's a government and that y'all pay into a system so they can function. With the way things are, I don't think people should pay their taxes. I don't. They want to hold back stimulus money. They want to play games with people. Right. I think if you're hurting and you've been, man, please. They better come out with some sort of tax amnesty. Like, it's crazy. See what happens when 340 million people don't pay into. And they like to talk about schools. All them public schools can be funded by whatever local college is nearby. They got more money than a little bit. They can afford it. It is gross. Gross, but to me, when I read that word, it says grouse. That's a bird. And so I'm like, I'm going to assume it's gross and not grouse, but it could be either or. And I need to go look up a new word in that context. I'm all for it, though. And honestly, if they try any sort of censor stuff with what I'm saying right now, I'll have cause to push back against this. I have a right to say what I want. I still am covered under the First Amendment. I'm not offending people. You can't attack me. And as a matter of fact, all of this crap is about to be disbanded because of monopolization. Just wait. They let these companies get this big just to go in and disband them. Isn't that funny? Yeah, did y'all hear that? Facebook, Instagram, and all their subsidiaries. The U.S. Congress is in the process of breaking them up because of advertising. In terms of advertising, oh yeah, they do. That's how they've gotten to be where they are right now. Oh, perfect. Thank you for explaining that. My Australian is non-existent. Exactly. Well, it should be a part of y'all's constitution. It really should be. Because when you see governments try to press against natural, God-given rights, like if you buy a device, you should be able to use it for its full capabilities and functionalities. You shouldn't have all of those policies and this, that, and third saying if you do this or if you open device. No, no, I don't. It even goes that deep because they can censor you from doing and utilizing the device for what it's fully capable of. Then they damn sure can censor what you're viewing. I've had experiences where my phone was white, like shit was missed, did not have been missing, and it was a very touchy subject that me and my compadres were conversing and sharing information about. It wasn't just that information the night before; all of it was gone. Text messages, screenshots, backups, all of it on. So if you, I know they listen, they censor, but it's okay. Because all of that, just wait. That's what we were talking about. The pedo shit, to save our children or save the children. Um, that was deep. Like we've all been waiting, still discussing, still talking, still. You know what I mean? Look, we ain't gonna stop. No, because when you attack the children, you attack humanity. And if you don't feel some type of way about them going there, period. And so if you good with humanity dying off, then you could just sit on down somewhere. But I'm sure you're not. Um, so the other day, I was part of this discussion. I do this monthly, this discussion panel on racial stuff, right? Group of people from every walk of life, most of them overly educated, some just right. Um, this woman. Now, mind you, I said it's a discussion on race, right? So everybody's from everywhere with different varying degrees of experiences, integration, and family connections. Put it that way. Because those who speak English, whatever version, right, you realize there's a lot of words and a lot of meaning. I think they're called homophones, right? Where the sound's the same, but it has a different meaning, maybe even a different spelling, right? Because of that, English gets real tricky. And because of the fact that they've labeled language as an organic thing, that means it can grow and take shape of its own nature. So era by era, one word will change various meanings, but the original meanings are supposed to still be there, but at the very same time, less and less important because of modernization. Now, therein lies a very precarious, as in America, we have the lack of civility the way we do, right? But we're all raised in this country to laugh, party, not really get into the feels. You know, we had generation after generation of mothers teaching their sons that men don't cry, right? But that also instilled a level of hardening to the woman who had to keep generationally delivering that message, right? So we have where we are now, where we are so disparaging amongst, well, about each other, the sexes. Like terms like thought and ratchet and, you know what I mean? And I don't even really know a real low level derogatory term to refer to men as. I mean, I could go there, and because of the conversation of racial discussions, I would refer to the N word as, and I'm only saying it in this context because of how we were putting things, because of sensitivities and language. You know, I don't really care about the word. Is slavery. I'm gonna sum this up. The woman comment about the use of the word slavery when she was having conversation with a black person. And I mean, I'm glad somebody else was able to answer this before I did eventually speak on it. And I was just like, why would anyone be offended by the use of the word slavery? I looked at this lady via the Zoom and was like, it's a given. Like, there are some things that are just a given by your age and generation that you should just know better. When we dealing with kids, you can't expose people a hard ass pass to about 30. Because I don't know your life. I don't know how you was raised. I don't know what you was subjected to. But by the time you hit 30, you should have most shit figured out. The basics, like really well figured out. After that, you get no pass. Just saying. But if there's this hypersensitivity and the need to feel special, and then there is the avoidance of the elephant in the room, which is the emotions that are connected to everything. We can't even bridge an intelligent conversation until we honor the fact that there's going to be an emotional response, even within through it. They've accepted who they are and their quote unquote bastard offspring. That's what empires produce, bastard offsprings from many nations. At least from a political standpoint, I think France has handled it the best in modern sense. Foreign legions, they got a lot of territories and shit, man. A lot of folks from all over the world that call France home that wasn't even born there. Empire status, right? Told you I like history. But language and the triggering response that it invokes, trigger emotions, right? You call somebody who's not black, point. No, you shouldn't use the word. Why you like, and having to explain to them why we use it, it's just kind of like, what are you talking about? Why don't you know this already? Why does this have to be confirmed? What bubble of existence do you live in? Given at this point, I would think. You could put them on the internet. You could put them on YouTube. And I promise that answer is right there. Within a few short, simple words of typing. Just, why do black people call themselves right? It was just like, really? Really? And to have to find the most eloquent way I could explain this to this person without hurting their feelings in its own way was like, really? I don't want to have to do this. We're not walking on eggshells. We're all said and done. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. You ever see a corporate headhunter, right? They bring people in to make an office environment more efficient, right? They go in and they find the weaknesses, they find the strengths, and they figure out the medium. How to make productivity and optimize your workforce. First, you got to figure out the weak links. He spent 4 years pointing out a lot of failures, pointing out the hypersensitivity and the closeted racism that was still lingering in the American. I think you should thank him, personally. But I'm a forward-thinking person. I've seen more dirtbags go to jail under his administration than any time in my life. Like, big-time dirtbags. We've had 2 breakthrough presidencies in the last 12 years. Barack Obama, who did a phenomenal job, didn't do shit for black people, but I digress. But kept the country afloat in many ways. Low key he did. I'm not going to say he did behind the scenes, but in real life, he played the game. But he was a great president. He's effective. Now think about this, right? You know how the whole wall, I didn't support the wall because I always said that happened. Look what happened. The world got shut down. And for the first time ever, there was a border, like a firm border, like a wall between us and Mexico. You know, there's a 9-foot fence, like, mode path between the U.S. and Canada. That's it. It's 9 feet. A perimeter. There's no fence. Think about that. And it's not because the Canadians and like they don't bring drugs and shit and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like it's not because Canada is a crimeless environment that it is a safe haven and a drug-free sanctuary. No, it's not. It's like every other major country. Even the ones I mean. Just saying. Just saying. We had food shortages and food lines that were miles and miles. People couldn't feed their family. And then over in Mexico, they feed the world. I don't know if you know that from an agricultural standpoint. They feed us. All your fruits and vegetables, unless you're growing or buying organic, and I mean, you know where the frickin' farm is. I don't mean the farm stand, because they lie. Your food's imported from Mexico, Peru, Ecuador, Chile, Argentina. You have immunology for South America. Go on down there for a trip on this shit lift and test my theory. You won't have any allergies down there. And the country that feeds the world had a fence around it from its primary recipient of said food. I'm like, am I the only one who's playing chess right now? I feel like there are chess gurus playing above my head, but every so often I peep a move. Right? Thank you. I do have a right to defend. I'm just pointing out irregularities in the matrix. That seems contradictory. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Ah, I get it. Okay, thank you. Because if the arrow's broken, it can't be shot, right? It can't disturb the flow. It can't break through the air. It looks like a snowflake. Simultaneously, it looks like the medicine wheel, although I don't think that's in this deck. It could be. I don't think so, though. See the hangman? 6 of swords. Look at that. If that ain't a time of pause to learn some lessons, to reflect on some things. Look. Look how she looking over at the hangman. Like, you gotta move much slower under the cover of darkness. Funny, I get a sense of letting go with this 5 of Cups here. next to the star. There's a willingness to release here within the star card energy as the water bearer pours out. Like something's been wasted, but in actuality, it feels like a willing release. It's like reflecting. You knew, it's like, how do I tie this? You've done this before. It's brought you to a place of peace or regret. What I sense, what I feel, is more of a willingness to release the past, to release the burdens, to release the pity party. Because this is a cup, and there's three, right? So that's the 5 of cups. But all the contents are out. So there's a willingness because of the process, right? To release and let go. Embracing the energy of peace. You've experienced, that's a lot of healing. Man, stars, 6 of swords, like that is. Look, you can't fix a broken arrow. Bitch will never fly straight again. It won't. It won't. Unless it's like steel and it can be welded. Delay the release. Because there's beauty just around the corner. See, it's equal. It's on the ground. It's flat. It's balanced. This is why it's like looking forward to releasing, because there's this knowing. When's the next full moon? Next month, right? During Aquarius. No. I'm lying. We're about to hit Capricorn season, right? So no, I'm not lying. Alright. I like. Now this makes more sense from what I just said. I'm like, what? So my white lighters, I'm gonna call y'all that from Charmed, huh? My white witches, my light workers, right? Your light, this person, these people that you're willingly releasing for your own peace. This broken communication, because that's what that looks like with those arrows, right? This jackass wants to come start some shit, and somebody's like, no, no thank you. Boundaries in place. You got your hands out to receive what the Most High has to bring to you, and somebody's trying to come take it away. Play with your mind. Disturb your peace. Be mindful with these stimulus checks coming out. It's only $600, right? And that's going to help a lot of folks. And everybody going to get it. But there's going to be some messed up individuals who wants a piece of your pie. Feel like there was a lesson learned about these individuals, these people. And it's physical people that like to come, see what they can get from you. Time, energy, knowledge, whatever little nugget, gem you want to drop on them. They want it. I feel like somebody's trying to. Something about a startup. Be mindful about that. This ain't the. Can you go into business by yourself or do you need a partner? I want you to ask yourself this now. You don't even need to know why you need to ask yourself this now. But whatever idea, venture you got your mind set to, ask yourself. Now, I'm sure everyone needs assistance. That's not the same as a partner. That means learning how to source, find people who can complete tasks and jobs for you. It's not the same as a partner. It's a paid contractor. Not the same as a partner. Right. Is this insistent and forceful? Like there's two different energies I'm picking up on. You have one. They're both thieves in different ways, though. One is energy. One is physical. Two different energies. That Knight of Swords distract you, but you peeped, you did, you hip to the game, you hip. Look, look at the owl. The owl, like, I can see you in the dark. Look, I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, the spiritual grapevine. That stag is funny. Them antlers, like, do I need to bow my head? Oh, thank you. Good morning, good morning. Tammy, Nammy. Yeah, one of these people is somebody feels, I'm gonna use the word disavowed. One of them is a former romantic energy. There's another energy that knows how to get under your skin, so to speak. This friend, though, this former friend, person you've disavowed, this person really is coming in to trip you up. See how this one with the little yellow flowers pointed at the knee? And so is this lover, this former lover, both coming to trip you up. There's a newer energy that is just sexual in nature. There's an older energy that's sexual in nature. Yeah. There's a lot coming at you, but you're hip to it. That's why they're like, nah, enjoy this peace. It's almost a blessing, right, that people can't freely move about. Just limits things. Beautiful. It's like you're learning and accepting the beauty of this air quote stagnation. It's more of an irritation for most that you can't travel. It's not really the fact that you're not interacting with certain peoples the way you once were. Most y'all don't even care about. Into enjoying your own quiet, your own solitude. You've reaped some massive rewards. You gained a lot of enlightenment through a help spiritually for most than a hindrance. One of these, alright, so you could have friend zoned this one energy and then released it, like it wasn't even worth keeping them as a friend. This is why disavowed. Um, it's that person. Like I think for a half a second, you might have entertained it as something more than friends, and then you went, nah, I'm just gonna put you in the friend zone, and then you went, nah, actually, I think, yeah. That's a very strong energy. This is, look, you're thriving, you're trusting, you know, you're expanding, you're growing. I see growth. And there's an energy here. Look, justice ain't playing, right? Look, look at this. Look how it flips. You allowed this person then, right? Benefit of the doubt is what I see. Conversation, you block them, that's a block. This is the friend who, that person I've already described. This person, look, now they over here on the other side. Look, they blocked. They blocked. And they feel some type of way about it. They do. But justice is right there. See the sword? See the scales. Yeah. You know, this person came at you crazy and you blocked them. They could be crazy. Shit. You never know anymore. You used your, like, higher self. Hermit with the moon. Just like, really. Like, nah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. I'm just gonna go on about my way. Yeah, this person, whatever they were planning, it didn't work. Like, they were definitely planning on trying to take something from you. But this could also have been material objects too. They were planning this. But your intuition kicked in, your higher self kicked in. Big time. But whatever you peered through, see the moon behind the clouds, like you saw through the bullshit, you was like, nah, I'm good. And you willingly moved on. This person has not moved on. Interesting. Shit, maybe you had a dream. Maybe you had a premonition. I don't know. Maybe even a nightmare. You saw this shit before it went down. Like, nah, I don't need that in my life. Excuse me. Now, the Knight of Swords shows up as Taurian energy and Gemini. I'm going to say it's a Taurus, right? Or maybe, see the stag, It's the horns, the antlers that make me think of the Tarian energy. And then on the bottom of the deck, now this isn't what this is supposed to mean, like trader, exchange energy to create abundance, right? Right. This motherfucker was a spy. Whoever it was a spy. People be sleeping on you because you cute, you pretty. They see an outer exterior. They don't see the predator. That's well cloaked. Instincts is real. Being connected to the Most High is real. Just remember that. I want to see if this energy... I do feel like this person's going to attempt to return to make peace. I don't feel like you're going to allow it, though. What is the plan? What's Seven of Swords energy about? It was to distract you. Like, they're pointing at the knee. That's a trip up. See? They want to stop your healing process. They want to get all up in your head space. Nailed it. Ten of Pentacles. Tower. Ten of Wands. King of Swords. Fool. Here's the Five of Cups again. Right. So, the game plan is to get you in your head, get you in, that way your mind is distracted. You're not thinking about, manifest. You're not thinking about money. You're not thinking about family. You're not thinking about none of the things that bring you joy, happy, contentment, and balance. Yeah. Whatever worked before no longer works. Tower to the Ten of Wands. You see right through it, King of Swords. You're got a new lease on how to get you to go back down the rabbit hole of depression and despair. People are terrible. All they want to do is fill their own cup. See, it's like energy vampires. You be the light, White Witch, right? And so you have somebody who wants to feed off of you, and you're not allowing it anymore. You're just, period. You're not allowing it. It's not. And I'm sure you have, because you're human. Before you raise your vibration to this beautiful that I see out here. Yeah, you blocked this person for good reason. Everything you've ever been wishing is here. Please know that. It's here. Reappearing, right? Look, Hangman, Ten of Pentacles. Said, because I just get depression with the Five of Cups with this. It's a lot of emotions. That's why it was blocked. And this person sees the blocks coming down. They sense it. And see, Nine of Cups, you're happy again. That was how you opened the chest. Your happiness is tied to your manifestations. This person knows it. And so they like to come in and fuck with your head, but you're not allowing that anymore. You're just not. From anybody. I went through a couple different energies I was picking up on. You really have learned how to let people go in a very healthy way. And that Nine of Wands is like Plies mad about it. Like, what? Look. King of Wands. Nine of Cups, King of Wands. Like I told you, it's tied. Your manifestations, your power's back, your energy's back. You've leveled up. They don't like it. You found your happy. So you have somebody trying to manifest you back. Fuck with your head, missed opportunity. Like, really, this is a very egotistical, diabolical sort of energy. Because this is purposeful. Remember that. This person is returning with this in mind. That is diabolical. Look, come in, leave right back out. I don't see the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Swords, the way it was charging in to distort your balance. And then I saw the other card before I started shuffling again over there, and he was running for the motorcycle. Like this, it's a simp. It's a simp. You're not falling for it. I'm happy to see that. I already know. This embrace the energy of peace. Now watch if this person comes back. 5 of Wands and then the World card. Like they really don't. They don't want it to end. That's terrible. If I can't have you, I don't want no. Back down. I'm gonna go.